Alright everybody, back in Kel's kitchen tonight. If you've ever had a freight night, as I call them, where you're just jam-packed schedule and you need something that's quick and easy, this is the recipe for you. This is bruschetta pasta. We're using our Dutch oven. I told you this is one of my favorite products because it's the most versatile. It's clay, so I love the material that it's made out of. Dishwasher safe, oven safe, microwave safe, broiler safe, goes in the slow cooker stand and on the barbecue. I mean, I can't ask for more than this. You could do a whole chicken in this one. And there's a smaller pan that you'll see. It's called our everyday pan. Same material as well as the rest of the collection. Great for making pizzas and grilling on the grill. Delicious, delicious. But let's get started because I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is. I have a pound of spaghetti, just kind of broken in half, and it's just in there, to which I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. If you want to keep this completely vegetarian, just use vegetable broth. I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to microwave that for 8 minutes to simmer. Okay, so put that on. Now, while that's cooking, we're going to make the bruschetta portion of the meal. So, my forge cutlery knife I use for more and more. I used to be scared of the big chef knife that you see here. I'm a little nervous. I don't have the best knife skills in the world, to be perfectly honest with you. But more and more I'm learning that when you pinch the blade up top, that's how you actually control a knife of this size. And these are a lifetime warranty. They come in a beautiful acacia wood block with the honing tool and everything, kitchen shears. It's amazing. What's more amazing is that as a host you can get that for half off, and because it's already a set, you're saving on the set and then you save again as a host. Great reason to get a party going with you and your friends. So I've got this red onion here. Now the recipe doesn't call for this, but I like onion. We all like it in this house, so I'm going to add in some onion. Now, because I don't have amazing knife skills, I often use my food chopper or my manual food processor. And today I'm going to use the manual food processor. It has a 3-tiered serrated edge blade that is used to cut the food. And I love that. It really does get to everything. And the container itself also has a separate lid, separate from this, so that you can just take this out when you're done and leave your salsa, your guacamole, your chicken salad, whatever you're making in here, you can leave it in there, put the lid on, and put it in the fridge, or wait till company arrives. So I really, really like this little tool. We're also going to take some tomatoes and just take the stems out. Alright, this is great for, also for watermelon. And then you can make cantaloupe melon balls if you're so inclined. This little tool here. I love that. I think we're going to do, we'll see how it goes. I was going to say how many, but I'm not sure yet. I kind of go by the seat of my pants a lot. Generally following a recipe though, you know, and then you just add to it as you make it your own. So there's going to be that, and oh, garlic. So here's a good tip in the kitchen. See this garlic bulb? If this was a full bulb at the store, I would not buy it because that green stem is no good. And see how it's all like breaking apart and dry? You don't want that either. This one is better. It's still getting up there. You can see a few cracks. But if you get your garlic where it looks just like this with no green stems off the top, it's all just white and tightly closed together, that's a good bulb of garlic to buy. So, kitchen tip number 1.
Sorry,
right.
Zoe.
Zoe, are you getting in camera guy's way? Silly dog. Now, I love garlic. Aside from knives, which are essential in your kitchen. I mean, knives are something you use every day. You'll notice the difference, for sure, in the quality of having good knives. You also want to use fresh herbs whenever you can, especially garlic. An instant elevation to your recipe, okay? I'm going to put in, now if you notice, a lot of people don't like to cook with garlic because they have to touch it, but we don't. I actually, my son actually emptied the dishwasher, so I don't know where the little attachment that comes with it is, but I'll show you what we do. We put the whole clove in there, peel and all, and we just press it out. And I thought I grabbed a little knife here. So for now, I'll just use a little knife. It comes with a little attachment where you can use the stem and brush that off. And then the peel is what's left. None of the peel is actually in the container, so that's fantastic. And then the other side of the attachment goes right in these prongs to help you when you're washing, so nothing gets stuck in there. All right. And now, because this is bruschetta, you know we need garlic. So there's number 2. And that one might be a little large. 3 and 4. We're gonna do 4, guys. 4 garlic. So, you know, if you want to get out of kissing your significant other for whatever reason, this is the recipe to make. Garlic's good for your health, though. I've always heard that. Have you heard that before? If I can't see your comments, just, you know, make a comment with questions or anything else in the comments. Put that in the comments. I'll get back to you for sure. And while we're chatting, make sure that you've played today's game. If you're in a party with me, you want to make sure that you're playing. You got to play to win. All right, look at that. Oh, guys, garlic smells so good. Nothing better in the kitchen. Onions and garlic and butter. Fry them up on your stove, right? All right, so that's enough about that. If you don't have a garbage can right by your side, like I do, you can always grab a bowl, put your garbage in there, and that way you don't have to walk back and forth wasting time. So, how much time we got left? Only 2.5 minutes. I'm going to start this bruschetta rather. Now, this is the same type handle and lid as is on our salad and berry spinner. They're phenomenal, both pieces. I will never live without that salad spinner, let me tell you. So it's a kind of just a spring action. It's really easy for people who have difficulties with their hands. All right, you can start with the harder ingredients first, I would say. So like with the red onion, for example. And I'm just going to put that there. This little mini scraper is fantastic to brush down the sides as you go. And we're going to add in, actually, you know what? I think maybe we will add in a little bit more onion based on the tomato I'm going to go for. This is such a simple recipe. All of these ingredients are going to really stand out. They're all going to really play up their part in the recipe. So I'm just going to cut that one in quarters and get that all in there a little bit at a time. So yeah, you just add and go. If you want to do, I've done just my herbs in there. Oh, fresh veggie cream cheese. Oh, that's so good. Get some carrots, get some celery, some hot sauce, and not a lot, I put a little bit, and put a brick of softened cream cheese in here. Ooh, now you're talking. Spread that on a bagel. Some onion. And I love the fact that kids can do this with you, right? It's a nice, safe way for them to engage in the kitchen. And cooking skills are so important. I love it. Look at this. So we've almost got like a salsa, but we're going to go ahead and add in some basil. You can get a look there, camera guy. I see you sneaking in. And yeah, yum yum. So you can see how it would make a great salsa. I have a lady who loves to make egg salad in it. Actually, she always does kinds of egg salads, chicken salads, potato salads. Whoop. So this is a good point. There's a little stick spine here. You want to make sure that that's centered in that 3-tier center attachment. All right. Now, let's take this out. Now, this pasta's not done yet. It's only been 8 minutes in that microwave, but let's take it out for a second. And what we're going to do is we are going to add in right to the pasta and the residual water. We're gonna go ahead and add that all right in. All right, good. So you can see I'm gonna just lay it on top there. Camera guy, if you've got a quick shot of that. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to put it back in the microwave for another 8 minutes. So what are we up to, guys? 16 minutes for this recipe? That's a quick Friday night meal right there. All right, I'll put this in for 8 minutes and then we'll show you the ending. We'll be back in just a second. All right, now while the second 8 minutes is happening on the microwave, I'm just finishing everything else up. So the bruschetta and everything else all happens while you're cooking the pasta, and that makes this recipe like 20 minutes total. Like, it's phenomenal. I want to get you a closer picture of, before I do some more, make a little bit more bruschetta, because I like a little bit more than what the recipe calls for. So I've got 2 onions in here, and I'm just going to show you. I got 2 halves of this onion, this red onion, and I'm going to just show you what happens with a few pulses. Okay, so just a few pulses there. It's already starting to break up, but as you can see, it's large clumps. So the more you want it chopped, the more you press it. All right, so there we go. Now we're getting finer. And that's about what I want for this recipe, but you could go a little longer if you want. Totally your call, it's your kitchen. I'm also going to throw in just a little bit of basil on the end of my, right before I plate it. And I'm just gonna take off, I forgot I was gonna add a little more tomato. The tomato just adds a nice, juice to this recipe, because there's not really a sauce per se that you might be kind of accustomed to if you're thinking spaghetti. But this is a very nice light dish. My son likes to eat it as the whole meal. My husband likes to eat it as a side dish. So you pick what's right for your family. All right. Okay, and we have that tomato and it's all nice and chopped up there. My scraper, I love these scrapers, all of them, all the sizes, all the styles. The heads never pop off, they don't curl or melt. They're just the strongest things ever. You know that cookie dough batter where you always lose the head of the spatula? Yeah, that doesn't happen here. So there's that. And then we're just gonna get our Parmesan ready. Again, you may have heard me if you've seen me before. I always talk about Parmesan. I love it for cooking. It's expensive, Parmesan Reggiano, because of its aging process. So if you prefer to use baby Parm, which is just a milder flavor, or its cousin, which is Gran Padano, you'll save a little bit of money. All right, I'm gonna get out look at this the fine grater. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And you can then just do up a little extra. Say you're gonna make something later on in the week. You're gonna make a salad to go with this or something else. Just chop it all up now and put it in a little container for later. So we're gonna grab our trivet and our pot. All right. Now, my little secret I like to do is I like to add some of the cheese in right away. Okay, I'm gonna get some tongs. Let's do these ones. Okay, and that it just smells so good. All that garlic that you were using, etc. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say is, when you get the big bricks of Parmesan, I tend to get them at that store that's a big warehouse. And you can throw those rinds in the sauce. There'd be nothing wrong with cooking that right into this meal. All right, we're gonna take that and dish that right up. Put some garlic bread in your air fryer with this. I'm gonna scoop on a little extra mojo. I like a little extra. Okay, And though for the basil, if you're going to cut basil by hand, because you're not going to chop any more of it, just layer your leaves, okay? Roll them up into a little log, not the proper knife. You want to use like a utility knife or that big chef's knife, and you're just going to cut as you go around, and you get little ribbons. Give those ribbons a little chop if you want, and add those for the extra color and punch of additional flavor. All right, take the top of that basil from your garden, stick that on the side, and you have dinner, guys. Doesn't that look fantastic? It's so good. I wish you were here for smell-o-vision, but in the meantime, if you want the recipe for that, send me a message, no worries. I'll get that sent out right to you, okay? Have a wonderful evening.